There are 23 angels in the room
Und es befinden sich 23 Engel hier.
that are intimately connected and assigned
Ganz eng verbunden und
to us, to you all.
zu uns allen.
And interesting.
Und das ist
And yeah, there's enough chairs. And so, please, dear, you were asking.
Warum sind es mehr Engel als Personen?
Why there are more angels than we are people?
I love that question. Now, forgive me, my American humor would say it this way. Some of you just need a little bit more help. No, please. That's what I said. It was only a we are undergoing training. Undergoing training.
Wir sind in der Ausbildung.
And our guardian often will call a specialist.
Schutzengel muss manchmal einen Spezialisten zulassen.
And the specialist is trained again to work with humans.
Und der Spezialist ist darin ausgebildet, mit Menschen zu arbeiten.
And while they're here, they're talking amongst themselves.
Und solange sie hier sind, reden die untereinander.
And could you imagine? It's like going, oh, my human is so stubborn. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, mein Mensch, der ist so
Doesn't listen. Makes the same mistake again.
denselben Fehler immer wieder.
No. But I can imagine. No. And then, yeah. So they come as specialists to trigger or catalyze or inspire a new depth of our human understanding.
Eine neue Tiefe in unserem menschlichen Verständnis.
And I would like to say that most... Oh, go ahead, sir.
Die Engel arbeiten doch im Auftrag. Die sind doch nicht selbstständig.
Oh, the angels are not self-employed. They have a boss.
You'll just tell me again. I was listening to something else.
Yeah, he's asking, are the angels self-employed or do they have a boss who tells them what to do or where to go?
Clever. My God. No, the angels are independent, cooperative contractors.
Die Engel sind unabhängige Vertragspartner in der Firma. Also selbstständige Vertragspartner.
As we have working families, they have working families.
So wie wir Arbeitsfamilien haben die auch.
We have physical families. We have physical families. They have physical families.
Und die haben auch ihre physischen Familien.
Angels are also male and female.
Und da gibt es auch männliche und weibliche.
Oh, thank you for asking that question.
Ob Frauen männliche oder weibliche Schutzengel haben.
Okay, I'm 67, let's see. All my life I have never seen a male guardian angel.
Ich bin jetzt 67, das stimmt zwar nicht, er wird erst in ein paar Monaten 67. Aber ich habe noch niemals einen männlichen Schutzengel gesehen.
Some of you have male angels with you,
Bei einigen
but they're not guardians.
männliche Engel, aber kein männlicher Schutzengel.
Now the guardian angel, I'm sorry.
Are they archangels?
Well, there are orders of angels. The Roman Catholic Church had spoken in an encyclical that there are 9 orders of angels. Okay. Now, surprisingly enough, when Maharshi was giving us information about levels of creation, he said there are 16 levels of creation. And that we have the mineral, the vegetable, the animal,
Not so fast, please.
the mineral, the vegetable,
Das Pflanzenreich,
the animals.
das Tierreich,
The humans sit on 4 levels,
die menschliche Ebene auf 4, oder sagen wir mal die menschliche Rasse auf 4.
and then there's 9 levels above human.
Und dann gibt es noch jenseits 9 weitere Ebenen.
Wow, that means the Catholic Church got one right.
Und das heißt, die katholische Kirche hat sogar eins richtig gemacht.
No disrespect intended?
Kein
No. So again, somewhere in the subtle recognition of the levels of reality, every religion, every tradition, every shamanic side, they're going to have insight into how the layers of creation are being unfolded.
gehabt und wie die sich entfalten.
The reason I could answer your question so quickly that I looked in their wallet and they did not carry a union card.
Und warum ich die Antwort so schnell wusste, war, weil ich in ihr Portemonnaie geguckt habe und da hatte sie keine Kreditkarte drin.
And when you're a worker, you...
Nein, die Engel.
Ich hab gehört, dass die Engel auf unser Karma achten.
Ja. Nochmal die Frage.
Ich habe gehört, dass die Engel Wächter unseres Karmas sind. Das heißt, dass die uns unser Karma zukommen lassen, was uns zugeteilt ist. Dass sie also aufpassen, dass nichts anderes passiert, dass das Karma alles durchgeht.
I have heard the angels are watching that our karma is being lived in the proper way, that there are no deviations.
That is absolutely correct.
Das ist vollkommen richtig.
And yet,
Und trotzdem
human beings were given free will.
haben die Menschen freien Willen.
And the angels must respect that.
Und das müssen die Engel beachten.
They can't suddenly force something or do something or make something happen if the human is...
Oder etwas zulassen, was den Menschen nicht gut wäre.
Wir hören aber meine Engel schwer.
Then my angels can't hear so well, he says.
Das hören die jetzt.
Das ist das Einzige, was wir hören müssen.
She says, they are listening. He said, okay.
The angels will do everything to keep their humans safe and on a good path. There's no doubt, like a parent would do for a child.
Die Menschen sicher auf dem Weg zu halten. Genauso wie Eltern für ihre Kinder alles tun.
And yet,
Und trotzdem,
there's going to be some returning karma. And remember, karma is not bad or good.
kommendes Karma. Und denkt bitte dran, Karma ist weder gut noch schlecht.
Karma is built up of sattva, rajas, and tamas,
Karma besteht aus Sattva.
the building blocks of nature.
Das sind die Bausteine der
They are distributing energy
Und sie verteilen die Energie.
that is returning an individual or a culture or a world to balance.
Das heißt, sie bringen einen Menschen, einen Einzelnen, eine Kultur oder das Ganze wieder ins Gleichgewicht.
Yet when something is out of balance, it takes a lot of work to bring it into
Wenn
balance.
etwas aus dem Gleichgewicht geraten ist, kostet es viel Energie, dies wiederherzustellen.
Ja.
If, yeah. And, yeah.
She's enjoying that all the angels are here. She's amazed.
I only heard Maharishi say, I heard thousands of lectures, but only one time about angels, and it's somehow a little bit funny story he told us. He said, angels are envious because we have a body, a physical body. And this physical body gives us a chance to release karma because of meditation. An angel can't do that because he doesn't have a physical body. This is what Maharishi told us. Only this one thing I can remember. So what is amazing for me that there is a guardian with a, let's say, very refined body, but he's powerful enough to be the guardian for a being which has a physical body, but this physical body person has a better chance to evolve because of this physical body. This is might be I misunderstood something.
No. Many people have reported that very similar reflection. We all sat with him, perhaps listened to him for certain, and he didn't live long enough to give us the full picture. Forgive it. I say that respectfully. I'm not. And so I'm sure in any one sentence he wanted to convey to us, that would have included 1 year of information that could have been used to more completely develop us as individuals. The human body is very precious. When Maharshi spoke about heaven coming to earth, it's something that the human nervous system, if we work, are diligent, we practice, we integrate, we begin to radiate that heavenly light. It comes through us. It comes through us. And to do that, in this level, this dimensional level is a 5-element dimensional level. It needs a physical body for this level to reach its fulfillment. The other levels, more subtle, they have the laws of nature are a little bit different. But I'm not saying that as an answer or a statement back to you about what Maharshi said. Because I, as only a student like all of us, we only put that into a table and we speculate. It's not something we can decide or say or not to everything. And so we develop our experience with that. That's the best thing we can say. We don't develop and learn to transcend to gain any third chapter vibhuti of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. We're not doing that to gain a power. But along the way, we gain skills. Once you build your third house, you can build another house very easily. Once you learn for the knitting, you can knit really quickly and have a conversation at the same time. And so we're going to gain skills. So when we integrate mind, body, and spirit, siddhis will unfold naturally. That's just the way it works. And then each of us are going to have certain siddhis, other people have other siddhis. Because we have different balance of basic energies. And so we're going to have a little bit of a proclivity. But even if we woke up all of our siddhi potential, we're probably still like blind men describing an elephant. There needs to be a room full of us to really get the right picture on what it really all means.
Warum werden Engel Engel? Ist das auch eine Stufe, um sich weiterzuentwickeln, oder warum sind die da? Also warum die da sind, ist mir klar, aber wann werden Engel Engel und warum werden wir Menschen? Werden wir auch mal Engel oder wie passt das zusammen?
Why are the angels there? How did they develop? Why did they... we have developed into humans. Will there be some time when we develop into angels? And why is it that they became angels?
Please, I say this respectfully. Why did we become humans?
Warum sind wir Menschen geworden?
The only one who knows is the Creator.
Der Einzige, der das weiß, ist der Schöpfer.
But there's a sequence of time. There's the elders.
Es gibt die Älteren.
The angels are our elders.
Die Engel sind wie unsere Älteren.
There's the tree of life.
Vorfahren.
One branch is human, another main branch is angel,
Ein Zweig ist
but we
Mensch,
share
ein anderer Zweig
the root.
ist Engel und gemeinsam haben wir die Wurzel.
But we are specifically engineered
Aber wir sind
or designed
berufen,
to fulfill a certain quality that divine intelligence has gifted to us or the angels, and we are the ones who are able to manifest that.
uns verliehen hat, damit wir uns in dieser Form manifestieren können und den Engeln verliehen hat die Energie, dass sie in ihrer Form manifestieren können.
But the one question you ask, I do not know. Do angels become humans, humans become
Ob Engel
angels?
Menschen werden oder Menschen mal Engel werden, das weiß ich
As far as I know, I've never seen that.
nicht. Das sagen kann, habe ich das nie beobachten können.
I've seen many humans who are as close to angels as I could ever imagine a person to be.
Viele Menschen gesehen, die sehr nahe den Engelqualitäten gekommen sind, so weit wie ich mir das nur vorstelle.
But they have the human genome.
Aber sie besitzen immer noch das menschliche Genom.
But, as Marsha said, there's all possibilities.
Aber manche sagen, wir haben alle Möglichkeiten.
Something more?
Okay.
Ja, bitte. Ich wollte nochmal zu der Frage kommen von der östlichen und westlichen Astrologie. I want to come back to the question of the Eastern and Western astrology and how we relate in time. Wie wir zum Beispiel in Deutschland mit der Zeit zurechtkommen. Ich hatte dieses Erlebnis an Weihnachten, jetzt das letzte Weihnachten, dass mir die Wintersonnenwende und das Weihnachtsfest nicht gefallen hat. I had this experience Christmas that I didn't like the Christmas holiday. Weil ich mich mehr mit dem Mondkalender verbunden gefühlt habe. Und now I'm getting confused between English and German.
Because I was more connected to the moon cycles, moon calendar.
Ja, danke für die Übersetzung. Ich rede weiter in Deutsch. Und das Problem war, was Toni jetzt sagt, über das Manifestieren.
And the problem was about the manifestation.
Weil ich denke, und das ist auch meine Frage an euch und an dich,
And that is what I like to put as question to all of you here.
If we manipulate ourselves in a wrong setting of time, like, achso, jetzt will ich wieder
Ja, ist egal. Ich mache anders.
Okay.
Wenn wir uns dann in einem falschen Zeitrahmen manipulieren.
Weil in dem Beispiel mit Schütze und Skorpion,
Because of this example with Mars in Scorpio or Sagittarius.
wenn wir in der Realität die Wintersonnenwende erfahren als eine erfüllte Zeit, bitte?
When we experience the solstice as a reality,
Aber gleichzeitig haben wir dann 24. Dezember Weihnachtsfest, 31. Silvester.
and then next there is on 24th Christmas and 31st Sylvester, the turning point of the year.
And we are squeezed into, und wir sind in den gregorianischen Kalender
We are squeezed
eingefüllt, unsere
Gregorian
Handlungen.
calendar.
So habe ich die Befürchtung, dass wir uns in dieser Manifestation von unserem Leben in einen falschen Zeitgefühl
So I have
bewegen, wie in dem Stuhl, den du uns gezeigt hast, wo wir eingeklemmt sind.
So I have the feeling that we are moving a little bit in a wrong time frame, like sitting in this narrow chair in the airplane.
Ja, danke, vielen Dank für die schöne Übersetzung und zu dem Thema Ost-West-Astrologie.
You are expressing what many people are beginning to feel all around the
Du
world.
hast ausgedrückt, was viele Leute in aller Welt empfinden.
That no longer does the reality they grew up in,
In der wir aufgewachsen sind,
culturally identified or mathematically identified, or that it no longer is fitting.
nicht mehr passt.
You'll look at yourself. We're meditating, Maharishi talked about higher states of consciousness. All that is beautiful.
alles wunderbar.
But what's happening these days, we're changing.
Im Augenblick passiert ist, dass da eine Veränderung
The individuality we had built up no longer fits.
nicht mehr passt.
It doesn't make any sense anymore. Oh, we're still being practical, we're paying our bills, we're making our food, we're trying to understand and comprehend. But collectively, humanity is breaking free of the more limited individual way of thinking, or the notions or the ideas. And in that, we are having to find a new vocabulary, a new conceptual model, so that the world makes sense. And we have to do that. Like when we have a child, 5, 6, 8, 10 years old, we give them a concept about how they fit in. And we pray that it's not going to be a limiting concept, but we know it will be because it's building walls. And you're falling out of time, limited time, and you're beginning to swim in more timelessness. How everything feels and relates and how you connect with something, everything is becoming different for you. You're feeling more simple, natural wholeness. And then you fall back into an old picture, an old concept way, and you're going, wow, what is this? You know, you're vacillating very quickly right now. I'm speaking directly to you. Yeah. But it's something that there is a quality of timelessness that's beginning to give you comfort. It's beginning to melt. Well, we could describe it in many ways. So you're kind of in a big melting pot.
Jerry, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I think this is the central point of your lecture today, because you have described where we all stand at the moment.
Yes.
I think this is for everyone. The same thing is true. We are standing at that verge, which is probably the greatest transformation we had since thousands of years. This 26,000 cycle is changing now. And that's why, that is what everyone feels. You know, I've been talking to so many people, and I get always the same response. And this is exactly the point where we are. It's the greatest change or turning point of history at this time now. And that's why we definitely have to change all our concepts, and the timeline is definitely being changed.
Yeah. And we all know that changing concepts is a lot harder than changing clothes.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And we have to work at it.
She has
Can
to
I just
translate.
tell him in German what I was saying? Also ich habe gesagt, dass wir uns im Moment an dem größten Zeitpunkt, an dem Wendepunkt der Zeit befinden. Alle 26 Jahre erlebt und dass das jeder spürt. Und darum habe ich mich bedankt, dass er diesen Punkt angesprochen hat, weil das ist etwas, was uns alle im Moment bewegt, denke ich. Thank you.
And Maharshi was fond of saying, birds of a feather flock
Er hat
together.
immer so gerne gesagt, gleich und gleich gesellt sich gerne.
Meaning, similar
Das
heart,
bedeutet gleiches Herz,
similar understanding.
gleiches Verständnis.
And yet we are so different.
Und trotzdem sind wir so unterschiedlich.
And yet something inside
Aber
makes sense.
irgendwas innen macht Sinn.
And anything that you have read about enlightenment,
Und alles, was ihr über Erleuchtung gelesen habt,
anything you've read in any book,
in
please
welchem Buch,
burn the book.
verbrennt das Buch.
Let go of it.
Lasst es los.
You know, training wheels. You need training wheels for a while on your bicycle.
Braucht Stützräder. Ach so, Stützräder für euer Fahrrad im Moment.
But if you keep them on too long, they slow you down.
Und die verlangsamen natürlich eure Geschwindigkeit.
And there's a difference between ego and arrogance
Und es gibt einen Unterschied zwischen Ego und Arroganz
and self-realization.
und Selbstverwirklichung.
You know, it's like you just begin to feel tender and grateful. 10 times a day, you just can't believe you're alive, and you can feel this connection and flowing, and you want to be more and give more and everything. And you feel that when the wind comes across your face. You see it in the most gentle act of kindness. Life is a lot more simple than how we have constructed it to be.
Das Leben ist sehr viel einfacher, als wir es uns gebaut haben.
Yeah.
That is a great sentence. That is a great sentence.
Well, let's not knock on wood. Right.
And the world situation?
The world situation? Now this is going to be a test of any native tongue German speaker to translate this next English phrase. So put on your thinking hats, okay? Some people say the world is going to hell in a handbasket. Meaning that everything is so confusing, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. But that's what we say. It's going to hell in a handbasket.
It's
going to hell in a handbasket.
Dass du mit der Handtasche in die Hölle gehst.
Which means it's really not such a big deal. It's only a handbasket.
Ja.
Don't make a big deal out of it.
Die Welt ist nicht so bedeutend. Sie hat nur die Bedeutung, die ja praktisch bildlich gesprochen, die in eine Handtasche passt.
Ich habe da einen sehr schönen deutschen Spruch, ein bisschen marinemäßig angehaucht. Die Welt ist im Moment auf dem falschen Dampfer. Und das passt ja auch mit das Handtäschchen rein. The world is on the wrong ship. You know, we have a German word, when somebody is doing a big mistake, then you say you are on the wrong ship.
Oh, that is so clever. That is so good. Absolutely.
In Vedic terms, we would say he's sitting on the wrong rishi.
But this
should never sit on the rishi.
But one thing is, this world must be very attractive. I remember very well when we sat together in 72 with Maharshi, and he was inaugurating the world plan. And then he said to us, now we need 3,600 initiators, because the world at that time had 3.6 billion people in the world at that time, and therefore we need 3,600 initiators for each 1 million people on the world. Do you know how many people we have now? Double. 7.2 billion people on the world. And this world must be very attractive, that in between of such a few years all these incarnations come to the world.
Absolutely. But your question, it's a beautiful question, it's a deep question. Are we going to be okay?
You're okay with that.
And so for me, I'm okay with it. I do not believe the world's going up in a flame or in these sort of things. No.
You trust the angels.
I listen to them. And in that, I am personally very confident that we're not everyone, but we're going to make it. as a species and the planet we're going to make it. But as we say, fasten your seatbelt.
It looks it's not working. It's good that, how will it come to something
I know. And when we read it, we hear it in the papers, all these things. Please keep in mind one little thing. Before the sun comes up, it's the darkest. It's really very quickly. It's the darkest, and then there's the light. So we're really getting into this place of chaos and everything tumbling. And oh my gosh, where is it? And the old world powers and the new world powers, and they're all shaking their weapons and doing all this. But no. It's not going in that direction. But there's going to be some roughness. Don't be shocked. There is going to be some wake-up roughness. As far as what I can see.
Is it by the nature? Is it by the nature? The nature does happens through the nature that people are
it's going to be through nature as it is, but humanity is going to do some really stupid things soon. And it's going to, individuals are going to raise up that we're not going to allow it. We're not going to allow our presidents and prime ministers and military people to try to fix this through weapons. The weapons are going to, unfortunately, get loose a little bit. And then people are going to say, no, we stop this. We're not going to allow this. So we come together as a whole. And so it's a very good, a good unified independence after an intense struggle, you might say. But no, I think we're good.
Should it become worse? I mean, it's already rather.
It's rather tipsy.
It's going to.
Yeah, there's going to be a few things that are not very good. But sometimes human beings don't wake up until they're facing the worst possibility. And so that's, so what do? We do our best. Every day at least once, please. Every day at least. I'm not your teacher. Please, we're students here. Every day, hold the globe, hold the world. See a map, bless it, pray for it, sing the Gayatri, say your prayers, do your decades on the rosary, everything, because we need an energy that's going through that is going to allow that. Focus on some area that gives you personal pain in the world, and in that, and bring it close so that it can become better. Ask your angels to help. They're asking us for our help. We have to do the physical work because we're embodied here. But they're right behind and beside us, and companions we always dreamed we would have at our side. Yet we have to prove we are capable. What do we as humans say? I want to do it by myself. I want to do it. I want to show it. But this time, it's for the bigger ideal, the more holistic understanding. But it's our generation that I believe is really going to be able to step up and accomplish that better than any other time in the past.
But you mean it is really physical, one should do something really?
Absolutely. And, you know, we're not all Bill Gates. We can't give $1 billion to try to fix it. We're little people. We can do things in your community. Go to where your heart calls you and help people. Help animals. Do something. Write letters. Speak to your politicians. Whatever what you have a passion to do. We cannot sit down going, oh, somebody else will do it. somebody important will do it. No, no. We bring this and going, this will change. And we all need to have a very clear intention to enliven the laws of nature and be willing to be a vessel for them, to be the hands that are going to be able to make the change. What Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to become.
Be the change
You wish
which
to be.
you would like to see in the world.
Exactly.
That's the phrase.
Yeah. And that we have to
Wir
do.
müssen die Veränderung sein, die wir in der Welt sehen wollen.
So what? We're going to be a living embodiment of that. Why not? Happiness, strength, vitality, determination. No, it stops here. It stops here. If we do nothing, we become too influenced and pulled down by collective consciousness.
Magdalena just said something very nice. Be that person you are waiting for.
And then we go back to, oh my goodness. Oh, it's a 14th century poet, and but it says,
Dichter aus dem 14. Jahrhundert.
but it was saying that we've been sleeping for 1 million years. Why not wake up today? Wake up today. Don't wait to become the person you're waiting for. Step into their shoes. How do we do that? We're not quite certain, but we know it's not just sitting in the chair waiting for something good to happen. Thank you. Not at all. Okay. And yes, dear? Was it you were? Oh.
Das Ego ist ja noch ziemlich groß. Also wenn man wirklich an das Beste in sich glauben möchte man ja. Da kommt immer so ein kleines Männlein und sagt, nee. Also Zweifel oder wie auch immer, ne? Ist sehr schwer.
Ego is still quite substantial. The ego is still quite substantial. Even if you want the best, there's always some layer, some little voice also saying, oh, careful.
Yes. Yet, what I want to say in support to the ego. The ego is very special. Because it is the vehicle. It is the cosmic tool that allows universality to be lived individually. That is the functional possibilities of the ego. But you notice in the airports when you pass somebody with a powerful laptop computer, they're playing a card game on the computer.
Where in the airport?
At an airport, for example, they're waiting, so they're playing a card game.
Und guckt, was die anderen Leute auf ihrem Computer machen, den sie da am Schoß stehen haben. Die spielen Karten.
Den teuren Supercomputer.
Achso, den teuren, genau.
Und der spielt die da drauf, genau.
And that's like using the ego for a personality disorder.
Und das kann man vergleichen, dass man das Ego benutzt für eine Störung der Persönlichkeit.
We limit the functionality of the ego
Wir begrenzen die Funktionalität.
because we have been trained to give honor to the objects of the world.
Weil wir dazu angehalten wurden, den Objekten in der Welt
We lost the knowledge of the self.
zu geben und das Wissen von selbst verloren gegangen ist.
In that way we get to unblock the ego.
Und so können wir das Ego wieder frei
and let it do its real job.
und seine wahre Tätigkeit tun lassen. Seine
One
wahre
more.
Aufgabe.
One more.
Das ist eine Möglichkeit.
I have to say personally, it's really a pleasure sitting with you.
Ich muss sagen,
Vice versa.
ja, er sagt, umgekehrt genauso. Genau. So Terry, we are really very glad you came.
I'm glad that somehow the communication went from you, Viola, you, me, this, Viola, me, all these sort of things, that this could be arranged. And it's interesting. We get inspired. And we have to realize that the inspiration came through the distribution system of thought.
Ja, okay, also dass die Kommunikation halt so gegangen ist, irgendwo kam ein Impuls her und ging dann rum. Und das Ganze ist wieder entstanden aus einem Punkt, wo die Information verteilt wird.
I think it's proper to think of thought like prana particles, chi particles, particles of energy.
Kleine Prana-Teilchen zu betrachten.
And they're being collected and orchestrated
Organisiert
by an intelligence that's greater than us.
von einer Intelligenz, die größer ist als wir.
And it's our job not to
Und es ist unsere Aufgabe,
put the prana particles or the light under a basket.
die Prana-Teilchen des Lichtes nicht
We need to let it flow.
sondern fließen zu lassen.
When people are in love, they shine.
Verliebte Leute strahlen.
When they're happy, they shine.
Glückliche Leute strahlen.
When they transcend, they shine.
Beim Transzendieren.
When they serve, they shine.
Wenn sie dienen, strahlen sie.
What does that tell us?
Was sagt uns das?
It's a lot easier than what we have imagined.
Das ist viel einfacher, als wir uns gedacht haben.
Just to finish in just a playful way, not playful, but something I want to share. There are many different kinds of beings in nature. We know the word devata, we know the word angel,
Rakshasa.
and Rakshasa. And to understand truly what a Rakshasa is would be a great privilege. It's not Patala, and all the 7 layers of hell and all that, because they too have the perfect place that is going to be restoring the balance. It's interesting. But that is very good that you mentioned this. In the room, we don't only have angels with us now. We have lords of the forest.
Waldgeister.
Say?
In German, Waldgeister.
Okay.
It's a common German word.
Is it?
No.
Yeah. In poetry, you can find it everywhere.
You can teach me more later, tell me more later. And who are they? They are the beings who are in charge of coordinating divine intelligence, but through nature itself, through earth and water and fire and air and akasha. And they are tuned to those primordial energies. And the angels, like our guardians, they're attuned to how these energies have evolved and shaped in a very special way on this planet. And they come in surprise, and being a little bit amazed.
Sie kommen überrascht.
In Überraschung.
Sie sind überrascht? Ja, sie kommen überrascht. Und sie sind ein bisschen erstaunt.
That there's a group of human beings who are physical,
Eine Gruppe von Menschen,
but they radiate light.
aber Licht ausstrahlen.
They radiate light. And you know you radiate light, right?
Und ihr wisst doch, dass ihr Licht
Just nod your head like this. Very good, class. Very.
Oh, ihr seid